That's what I'm. All right, let's talk about it. LSU nipped them at the buzzer last year. How do they do it again? What is the key to this monster game in Tuscaloosa?
Greeny, I was at Alabama's practice yesterday, and when you ask the defensive coaches what's the key to stopping this LSU offense, it's Jaden Daniels. And Greeny, he's playing at a Heisman caliber level right now. He's accounted for 30 touchdowns on the season, 25 through the air, 5 on the ground, and only 3 interceptions. He keeps the offense ahead of the chains. He's just a magnificent player. Don't forget, last year in Baton Rouge, when Brian Kelly went for 2, Jaden Daniels was his quarterback. So they have a tremendous amount of confidence in Jaden Daniels, the passing game with Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. So the defense is going to have to try to limit the explosives, but more importantly, keep Jaden Daniels in the pocket. Once he breaks contain, now he has 2 options. Either he can run or he keeps his eyes down the field and he can pass the ball. He's a quarterback right now that's playing at a Heisman-type level, and I'm just amazed by it because last year he was playing well, but this year he's ascended, and, man, I tell you what, with 2 losses on his record, for people to talk about him on the Heisman conversation lets you know this kid is getting it done.
Absolutely. So that's the monster game in the SEC. But the enormous story in the sport continues to be in the Big Ten, where yesterday all of the athletic directors, with the exception of Michigan's, met with the new conference commissioner, Tony Petitti, to discuss the alleged sign-stealing actions of Michigan. The ADs left the meeting with a better feeling, it is reported, that Petitti is going to take on the case and that the Big Ten's ability to punish Michigan very seriously. Michigan plays Purdue tomorrow. I want you to hear what the Boilermakers coach had to say about it.
And what's crazy is there aren't allegations, like it happened. You know what I mean? And you know, there's video evidence, there's ticket purchases and sales that you can track back, and you know, we know for a fact that they were at a number of our games. And so, you know, we've had to teach our guys a new language in terms of some signals.
All right, so obviously this thing continues to snowball. When you and I first talked about this, Des, about a month ago, I think we both felt that this was no big deal. And now the story continues to mount. Where is your head on this story now?
Wow. Well, it's still an allegation, and there's information coming out every week. I listened to a broadcast yesterday that said the coaches wanted the commissioner of the Big Ten to take immediate action, and they wondered what he was waiting for. And then my question is, well, if this was your program that these charges were made against, you know, these allegations were made against, would you want the commissioner to skip due process and let the NCAA do their job, or would you want to give your program a chance to go through all of the information, all of the facts, and then defend themselves? So I don't understand the rush to judgment by some of the coaches in the conference, because if the tables were turned, they would never want anybody to rush to judgment as far as the commissioner of the conference and punish them until everything was out there on the table.
And until we know all of the facts, and we would expect that to be well down the road, do you expect this to derail them at all? Just the fact that all this is swirling around them, do you think it becomes a distraction that affects their season?
Green, that's an excellent question. You said we first talked about this, it was almost a month ago. It was the week of the Michigan State game, so it came out maybe that Wednesday, and I was like, okay, let's see if this derails the team. They went out there and handled their business in East Lansing as if it didn't affect them. But now, after that game, they went through a bye week. So to me, as a player, a former player, it's much easier to avoid distractions when you're in a constant routine. You know, you're going to practice, you're going to school, you're going to meetings, blah, blah, blah. But when you have an open week, a bye week, and now you may be on your phone a little more, you may pay a little bit more attention to TV, or you may just be accessible to other people that you're not normally accessible when you're going through your routine. Now I want to see if it is trickled in. Now, the reports I'm getting out of Ann Arbor is that, no, these young men understand and they know the mission. And we're going to find out tomorrow night when they have to play Purdue if the mission is still moving forward. Give me something.